Peace. Peace. I'm back. Take care of my little business. For my little ones getting their necessary needs and things of that nature. Yeah, but I'm back to talk about the things I was trying to talk about earlier. You know, one of the biggest problems is men don't hold men accountable for the things they do toward each other. A lot of men really don't care what another man say when it comes to them. They don't. It's just the way we are. I don't give a damn about some man nagging or complaining about he got issues with another man. Bro, like, handle that shit, and that's the end of it. But when it comes to a woman, the shit get blown out of proportion. Everything is not what it appeared to be. And of course, the situation get really bad. The reason I'm bringing this up because, you know, I deal with a lot of young brothers who be looking for that role model, that male role model that they didn't have in their life because they didn't have a father figure to grow up with. And so I'm trying to help young brothers of color who don't have a father, but they procrastinating or they exaggerating, or what's the right word? They full of shit, or they fake out. This is all bad. Because how am I going to help a young brother if he not listening to me, or he claim he want to do something and then he don't follow through? This is all because of the single female traumatic syndrome that's going on among these young brothers. So there are no more men being raised up. They're being raised up by females, making them simp-ass niggas. They're not men anymore. So you're in a situation where if you're not raising a man and all you got is some obese female who look completely down on you, have no respect for you, and only look at the Caucasian man as a god, you're going to have major issues with young men trying to be men because they don't know how to be men. They never been taught because the father's not in their life. They don't have nobody to represent. My own son, Dashuma, is not being raised to be a man. He's being raised to be a simp. He's being raised to be somebody else's child when he's my son. Okay? And that's really fucked up because he needs me. He needs me in his life to know what being a real man is. Because it's very rare that these days. But yet, nobody seems to, you know, it's like I can only do so much. But when I have a system of a bunch of pale-faced skin monkeys trying to kill me, if I try to take care of my son, or if I do anything that's in the righteous way of doing what a man's supposed to do, I get jacked up because they have these laws in place to stop me from being the man I'm supposed to be. What do I do about that shit? I can't do shit about it. And they know it. And they set it up like that. And so by them setting it up for me not to be a man, not to be able to take care of my child the way I want, and not all that. Hold up. This man just driving and he see I'm trying to turn around. If you don't give me room to back up and move, I can't move. Asian ass. Motherfuckers are greedy. They're aggressive. They don't want to stop. It's like he's constantly coming at me as I'm backing up. You ain't even give me a chance to, because that's how it is. Society see our people of color, especially men, as Rudy poops. Like we're weak. So if nobody's supposed to pay attention to us, nobody's supposed to respect us, nobody's supposed to see anything we doing, because we're basically invisible people to them. Unless you straight up bust their ass in the head or kick their ass, they don't see you. And Asians are always aggressive. They like to push shit. They like to run over shit. They like to just do whatever the fuck they want without being considerate about anybody else. That's their nature. And I don't know why the fuck nobody ever say nothing about that shit. But that's another story. Oh, that's their culture. When it comes to man of color, oh, he's a thug criminal. But anybody else aggressive, well, that's different. You know, these double standards be killing me, man. And these are the type of things that we need to really analyze. You know, brothers need to be accountable. Basically, what I'm saying is, you need to be your brother's keeper. You need to be able to take care of your brother, look out for your brother, and back your brother up, like every other race do. Our people don't back each other up. We don't do the things we need to do. Okay, it's bad enough we don't got the females on our side. They just completely outright trying to destroy us. But then you got the men of color who are basically simps. So you don't call them men, you call them males. Because they basically not going to do anything to support or help or back up the sense of you being a man. And they got your back. They won't do it. You know, they'll kill each other. It's amazing how they can find guns and everything to hurt each other, but they don't find the guns to protect their people in the same way. I just find that interesting. But then again, look at the situation. They based on Christianity, which is a straight up stab in the heart to any man of color. Because Christianity ain't for you. Christianity is a culture to put you in a subconscious brainwashing trenches to keep you from knowing who you are, where you come from, and what is your purpose. You're not allowed to think in Christianity. You're not allowed to be free, and you only need to read what they say and be a lamb. And if you do this, you're okay. But if you don't do this, then of course you're not okay. And these idiots fall for that shit. You know, it's a reason why our society is so fucked up right now. Because of the manipulation going on. But when you have a bunch of coward-ass females who teaching their son to be a slave, who teaching everyone to not listen to any logic whatsoever, and to only obey what the Caucasian man say, then that's what's going to happen. You're going to get a bunch of weak-ass people who ain't benefiting anything of man of color. We're in a state of emergency on so many different levels. Nothing you could do or say will help us get our shit together. And it's like, they don't give a fuck about nobody. That's one thing I've learned. Other races don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about their own self. But when you're dealing with people like this who constantly fucking some shit up, meaning they're not really paying attention to anything productive for you, definitely you. You're not their race, so they don't give a fuck about you. But the fact of the matter is, people of color is being taught, especially men, how to care about every other race but their race. Everybody else have sensitivity. Everyone else have culture. Everyone else has shit going on where they need to be attentive to them, but not to your race. And that shit is insane. It's insane. But they let it happen all the time. The shit I gotta go through, the weaving, the dodging, with people who are out their damn mind on all kind of levels when it comes to culture, awareness, balance. They ain't nowhere to be found. When it comes to submitting to the Caucasian man, doing what the Caucasian man wants you to do, they worship you in a minute. Every time I see a female of color, they're totally into the Caucasian man life and culture. They don't give a fuck about their own. They have 1,001 excuses for why you should not be your brother's keeper or help your people. 1,001. But the minute you bring out the fact that they need to work with their people or help their people, man, you hear crickets. And that's how it is. I'm out in California where these motherfuckers act like they so liberal and everything. But what you find is a lot of bad wench females who don't give a fuck about you and trying to do everything they can to prove that they will support, worship their Caucasian master. And if you dare mention that shit and bring it out to them, that what they doing is wrong, them motherfuckers will literally eat you alive on a verbal level of telling you how fucked up you are and how you got issues. And it's all accepted. Nobody debates. Nobody say nothing. Nobody even acknowledge that the shit is taking place. But the minute you bring that shit out to them and say, look, you know, I'm not your bitch-fed dude who's going to accept this shit. You know, the only females who are supporting males, and they not even of your race. These other females of other races. And that's fucked up. You got your women of color refusing to help their own people. They give you all kind of song and dance how you doing wrong and what they doing is right. And you need to submit to them even though they're not doing nothing to help you. And you sit here wondering why there's no unity among people of color. From the time the female is raised up, she's taught that the man of color must serve her, worship her, do everything to cater to her needs, and she don't have to do shit but open up her legs if she feel like it and consider giving him some coochie. But other than that, she don't owe him shit. How do you raise a civilization with that type of mentality? You can't do it. But nevertheless, that's what's perpetuated. And nobody seemed to think that that shit is wrong. Nobody seemed to see this shit for what it is. You know? It's so bold now. You got these weak ass Caucasian women coming up on you, trying to hit you, calling you nigger and all that kind of shit. And these simp ass niggas who let that shit happen laugh and want to put it on YouTube. But they ain't doing nothing about it. They have no dignity, no backbone, no strength, no nothing. They just gave the fuck up. They more emotional than most females now. So half niggas that be looking at this are female orientated. They not even a male anymore. They don't even know how to be a man. You tell them about manhood, they get into their feelings and shit. You trying to explain, I'm doing this to help you avoid this kind of bullshit. Oh man, well you know, you sound like this. You need to be a little nicer toward the woman. Nigga, are you even listening to what I'm saying? So this is kind of shit I gotta put up with every day. And this is kind of how it is. Don't give a fuck about what I'm saying, what I'm doing. All they give a fuck about is who gonna like them if they bash me. I got motherfuckers up here talking about how I look. Don't nobody want me. Nigga, first of all, you shouldn't even be concerned about what a grown ass man can and can't get. Why are you worried about who like me or how I look? The fuck wrong with you? Nigga, get a bone and bury it in the backyard. Okay? Because you sound like you out your motherfucking mind. I'm a man for real. Okay? I ain't this carbon copy MSG GMO type motherfucking male. I'm a real male. Man. Human. And so when I bring out shit that need to be looked at and adjusted, I don't want no 65 bitch trying to tell me that I look a certain way. How the fuck you up here on my balls about how I look? Motherfucker, I want women to have intercourse with, to make babies, build a family, have my group. I don't need your rusty stank ball dropping ass telling me how I look. That's some sick shit. I don't give a fuck what this government say about it. It's sick, and I ain't accepting that shit. So, you know, you got a whole bunch of that kind of shit. You got motherfuckers on all kind of dumb shit that don't know how to do shit. Motherfuckers just, they all up in shit they don't need to be in. Motherfuckers trying to make things work and get on a whole nother level. You got these motherfuckers out here wasting your time doing shit. Like, you got a green light, and these niggas are stopping on their texting on their cell phone. Niggas, get out the car, go by the beach, sit down on the bench, and text all you want. But get the fuck out of the way of people who are driving. You know, I'm politically not correct by saying that shit. Okay? Motherfucker can find fault in everything you do. You can't find fault in nothing they doing. And the shit is acceptable. It's a fucked up situation, man. And it's like, until men of color recognize the shit we go through, we're gonna always have problems. You know, it's like I'm always constantly battling over shit. When I see a bitch I call them bitches because that's what I think of them, when they're females who are trying to simulate another race. How the fuck you a woman of color trying to wear motherfucking trying to wear motherfucking blonde hair on your head, red hair, blue hair. Of course, motherfucker, well, I do what I want. You don't do what you want. You do what your society dictates to you to do and fall short of reality. That's what's really going on. You know, the whole game, the whole game plan is fucked up. They're not here to help you or work with you. These people of color are not working to help their people. They don't know nothing about their people. They've been taught like everybody else, your people are your enemies. If you work with your people, you're doing a disservice. You can't follow them. You can't cooperate with them. You can't listen to them because we have taught you. I'm speaking of the pale-faced skin monkeys. We have taught you to hate yourself, to not love yourself, to find fault in everything your race do, and find no fault in no other race. Give excuses for everybody. Make sure you blame yourself for everything. That's fucked up. And nobody seems to get that shit. This is why I'm so into trying to bring some logic to my people. Because I recognize how detrimental it is to be in a situation where we're not getting anything done right. You know, I want to help my people, but I have to really sit back and think, who the fuck is my people? Because the people I think my people don't see themselves as my people. And for the most part, I'm surrounded by a bunch of coward-ass motherfuckers who hate everything, especially your own. They would do everything. They would wish up a fucking basketball team more so than they would work with their own people. They have so much self-hate that no matter what you say, no matter how much logic you got, no matter how much proof you showing, these niggas will hate you with hate that you can't even comprehend. They will look at you. They will curse you. They will tell you how you need to follow the Caucasian God. And they will do every and anything they can to disrespect and dishonor your mindset if you on point on any kind of way. Shit is crazy, man. It's crazy as a motherfucker. And no matter what I say, no matter how much logic I give, no matter how much proof I show with the facts, you're going to always find these coward niggas who going to only see you as a perpetuating fool. Not to mention the bad habits these niggas have. Why would a nigga, well, a nigga will do that. Why would a man of color smoke cigarettes, drink, smoke cigar, do anything that hurt his health when he know that he is a target to be destroyed, to be killed? Why would you do that to yourself? Here I am, not smoking and drinking for over 40 years, not getting high, and still getting diabetes and shit. Because they put it in our shit. Everything they do is a way to try to kill us. Others don't see it. Like, man, you getting diabetes because they ain't making no food that's healthy for you. None. So, what can you eat if everything is full of starch, sugar, and shit that takes your body and break your body down? You're not going to get healthy from that shit. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I can help my people, and ain't nobody doing shit to help me. Real talk. So you sit back thinking, how can you make a difference with a group of people that ain't got no love for you? Of course you can't. And of course it's impossible to get any balance out of that shit. But you got all these captains save a fake culture that wanna tell you how you need to do this and that and that, but you need to follow the instructions of the paleface. Now that's fucked up. You got motherfuckers following a nigga that got degrees from their enemies, who teaching them how to be an enemy to their people, and you following them. You know, you got niggas talking about baseball, basketball, boxing, and living in a crab mentality type of structure. And you taking advice from them. And people who's about the culture, know the culture, live the culture, and show you how to survive, you totally ignore it. Oh, he ain't shit. He don't know. How can I not be anything important if everything I'm doing is showing you how to be healthy and capable of taking care of yourself? How can I not be important? Where your lighting ain't right. The way you film ain't entertaining enough. The way you talk, don't nobody want to hear that shit. I've heard many comedians, rappers, and negative people say the same thing I'm saying, but on a derogatory level. And here I am giving you positive energy, telling you how to come up with a way to get out of this shit. And I'm the bad guy. And it's acceptable. You accepting all this shit knowing what I'm saying is on point. I'm not attacking women of color. I'm attacking females of color. I'm not attacking men of color. I'm attacking males of color. Because niggas will never be on your side. Their objective is to fuck you up. A nigga is a person who believes in Christianity or other religions that don't amount to their culture from the motherland. A nigga is someone who submits to everything but their culture. They Negropeans, they colored, they everything that the Caucasian man called them. But they never gonna be with you about it. They can't do it. It ain't in their blood. That's what I'm thinking about. That's how I feel.